Hi everyone, welcome to another Hangouts on Air. My name is Vesh and I'm joined by my colleague Nidhiba, and we work for the AdWords team based in India. Today we are going to talk about remarketing and dynamic remarketing. Remarketing is an interesting way of targeting potential customers who have visited your website. So stay tuned to know more about this exciting feature. If you're logged in and watching this video from the live Hangout page, you will see a Q&A app towards the right of the video. You can feel free to post your comments or questions as we go along, and we'll get to them at the end. If you're watching this video from the Google AdWords community page, you can feel free to post your questions as comments below, and we'll get to them too. So Nidhiba, do you want to walk us through a little bit about remarketing?
Sure, Vesh. Hello everyone, feels great to be a part of this Hangout again. So as you guys know, most potential customers go through several steps while considering a purchase on a website. First, they research on the potential options that meet their criteria. Next, they narrow down the options that they would actually consider buying. Third, they place items in their shopping cart. And lastly, they would proceed to the checkout page or the payment completion page. Now, at any stage, these shoppers might abandon the whole purchase process, and could be for any reason. So let's say I was purchasing boots online and I had selected the item that I wanted to buy, and I was almost about to make the payment when I got a call, and I got completely distracted and forgot about the purchase. So similarly, 96% of the new visitors who visit a website actually drop off without converting. In fact, 45% of the visitors will check 2 or 3 other websites before actually making a purchase. So this is where remarketing comes in. It helps you show relevant messages to all the potential customers as they are browsing various websites on the Google Display Network, and then reminds them to come back to your site. For example, let's say you are advertising hotel reservations and you want to promote a special spa package discount. And you could do that to people who have already visited the luxury spa package pages on your website. So all of this may sound really complicated, but it's actually not. So Vesh, can you tell us more about how we can set this up? And it's really easy, by the way.
Sure, Nidhiba. Now that we've got an understanding about the basis of remarketing, let's actually look into how it works. As soon as you set up remarketing, AdWords will give you a small snippet of code called the remarketing tag. You need to paste this code on all pages of your website. As soon as you paste this code on all pages of your website and someone visits your website, then this tag is going to drop a cookie into their browsing history. This cookie is going to collect them into a potential list of users who have come to your website called the remarketing list. As soon as you leave this website and move to a different website, this cookie is going to trigger the remarketing ads and will follow them as they go into different websites which are part of Google Display Network. Now let's look into how to create this remarketing tag. As you can see, first log into your AdWords account, then click on the shared library towards the left of the page. Once you clicked on shared library, make sure you click on audiences. And just below audiences, you would see a button called view. So click on view. Then you will be taken to a page where you can set up remarketing. Keep in mind that I'm leaving this box unchecked, as today I'm going to create a simple display remarketing. So I'm going to click on set up remarketing. As soon as I do that, I'm taken to a page which talks about the remarketing tag. As we discussed, we can see the small snippet of code by clicking on View AdWords tag for websites. As soon as you do that, you will see this snippet of code. And you need to paste this code on all websites right before the closed body tag. Now you can email this code to yourself or to your webmaster. For now, I'm going to email it to myself. Remember to paste this code on all pages. Click on Continue. Once you've done that, click on Return to Audiences. Now, what if I do not want to target everyone who visits my website? What if I want to target only the people who've selected certain products and gone to the checkout page and did not buy the product by going to the thank you page. We have an interesting way of creating a remarketing list for such kind of users. So let me show you how you can create that. Again, in your AdWords account, under the same section of Share Library, click on Plus Remarketing List. Then, again, as we discussed before, I'm going to leave this box empty because today I'm going to create a simple display remarketing. Let's enter a name for this. Let's say, for example, we are targeting non-converters. Next, you have the option to select website or mobile apps. So right now, I'm going to select websites. Now, in the section which says who to add to your list, you have quite a lot of options. For now, I'm going to keep it simple and select visitors for page. Now, this is where it gets interesting. You need to add rules for what kind of users you want to target. So let me create one rule. So click on plus rule. URL contains, again, you have different options which you can select. For now, I'm going to select contains. I'm going to select the people who've come to the checkout page. So I'm going to use /checkout. So it will say URL contains /checkout. Then I'm going to click on done. Now, I don't want to select all the people who've come to the checkout page. I want to target people who've come to the checkout page, but not the thank you page. So I'm going to create one more rule by clicking on plus rule. Again, it will be URL. Instead of contains, it should say does not contain. And here I'm going to put /thank you. And then I'm going to click on done. So yes, so it's very simple. Once you've got this, if you scroll down, you would see a small box over here which says include past users who match these rules. If you already have a remarketing list created, it will also include the people who will satisfy this rule over here. Once I've got this checked, you can put a duration membership days. So for now, I'm going to leave it as default 30 days. Then I'm going to click on save. And there you go. We've created the non-converters. Now that we've understood how to set up remarketing tag, let's actually look into the setup of the remarketing campaign. So again, click on all online campaigns on the left side. Then click on plus campaign in red color. And you can select the third option, which is the display network only. Keep in mind that this page might take a couple of seconds to load. Here, I'm going to name this as display remarketing. Then I'm going to select remarketing option. Here, if you already have a campaign created, this option would be open for you to select settings from an existing campaign. Again, I'm going to leave this dynamic ads box empty as I'm creating a basic display remarketing. Now let's put down a budget. Let's say I've put down some amount over here. Now you will see a list of options over here. Again, these are not, it's up to you if you want to go ahead and use them. Example, let's say if I click on location, language and device preference, I can actually select what kind of devices I want the ads to be shown. And for locations, the default one will be all countries but territories, but make sure, depending on your business, you change this. For now, I can choose, let's say, United Kingdom. And again, you can change languages. Then I'll click on Save and Continue. Once that is done, I'll be taken to a page which is for creation of ad group. Let's say again I put ad group remarketing. And here you need to put a default bid. So I'm going to put a default bid over here. You will see the list of remarketing list which we've just created a few minutes back. So I'm going to select the interesting list which we've created, the non-converters, by clicking on this small arrow mark. As soon as you do that, it will be selected and it will move towards the right side. So make sure you double check that it is selected. Once that is done, scroll down and click on Save and Continue. Now, just before we create ads, few things to keep in mind. This might not be like a regular ad because you need to keep in mind that these were the people who've already visited your website. So give them some incentive to come back. So your ad should be compelling enough. It could be, example, like a small sale which is ending in 2 days, or an incentive code which you can add it up there. So let's create some interesting ads over here. Again, you have an option to create image ad, text ad, or use our display ad builder. Let me show you how you can create a text ad. As you can see, I'm adding enough incentives for the people to come back. Make sure you add the display URL and the final destination URL, and then click on Done. Now, if you want to create image ads, again click on plus add and then select image ad. Here you have an option to upload an ad of an image of your choice. So you can just click on upload an ad and choose any image which is compelling enough. And once that is done, click on Save Ads. There you go. We've created a simple campaign which is targeting potential customers who's visited your website. Keep in mind that the ad might usually take 24 hours for the review to get done. Now that we've got an understanding about the display remarketing, let's look into some other interesting types of remarketing. So Nitva, do you want to walk us through the others?
Sure, Vash. So using remarketing to target people who have not yet converted on your website is a great use case. But you can also use remarketing to target people who have already converted. So let's say you have a company which sells softwares online, and there is this one particular customer who has already purchased your software. So this person is, we can safely assume that this particular individual is pretty engaged with your product because he's already made that purchase. So you can use remarketing for such an audience. For instance, you can remarket to this particular person a new software that you have launched and compel and sort of initiate him to come back to the website and buy it. So remarketing can help you inform the potential customers of the new products that you've launched. But it can also help you in cross-selling. So if I sell adventure sports gear and also organize hiking tours, and there is one particular customer who's purchased hiking boots from my website, I can remarket to him using ads about the hiking tour packages. So it can help you in cross-selling.
So Nitva, just a quick question. Should people click on the ads to be part of the remarketing list?
Well, it's not very important, or actually it's not necessary at all for someone to click on an AdWords ad to be added to the remarketing list. Why we say so is because the only condition that you need to meet for the people to be added to the list is that you need to have the remarketing code installed on all pages of the website correctly. And as long as the person comes from an organic source or any other source for that matter, he will get added to the list.
Okay, now that clarifies a lot of things. And also a quick question. What should the size of the list, as in how many people should be added on the list for the remarketing ads to start running?
Right. So that's a very relevant question. Now, generally we see that for a basic display network remarketing campaign, we need around 100 to 150 users to be added to the list for it to start serving.
Great. So thanks, Nitva, for that quick insight about remarketing. Can you walk us through the creation of dynamic remarketing now?
Sure. As we learned, remarketing allows you to show ads to people who have previously visited your website. Now, dynamic remarketing takes this one step further. It allows you to show ads with the products and the services that those customers previously viewed on your website. So with messages tailored for your audience, dynamic remarketing helps you bring back all those customers and complete what they initially started, with the ads showing them the same products that they were willing to buy at that particular point in time. Now, the first thing that you need to do in order to start a dynamic remarketing campaign is to identify your business type. That is very important because the business type helps you define the custom parameters, the feed, and the ad layouts that you'll eventually be using. So you can use dynamic remarketing for a lot of different verticals. We have jobs, education, retail, real estate, among many other categories which you can use. The most common category that we usually see for dynamic remarketing is the retail industry. And if you're a retail business, you will need to link your Merchant Center account and your AdWords account for you to be able to use the feed to show all the products and services in the AdWords dynamic remarketing campaign. So let's just quickly go through a demo of how you can link your AdWords and your Merchant Center account. So the first step here is that you need to log into your Merchant Center account at google.com/merchants with the email ID that you have associated with your AdWords and Merchant Center accounts. After that, you go to the settings section in the left panel here. Click on AdWords. Now here you already see a customer ID. Now this means that the ID here that you enter to log into the Merchant Center account has already an AdWords account linked to it, which is why you are seeing this AdWords customer ID with a not linked status. So all you need to do here is click on the link account button in order for you to link the two. If in case you do not see this option, you can, or you want to link another account, you can click on the link another account red button here to do so. So it's a very simple process. You just have to click on it and save the account ID and your linking will get completed. Now this was for the retail industry. But what happens if you don't fit into the retail category? Luckily for you, we also have a lot of different categories that dynamic remarketing ads can cater to. For this, you will be creating a data feed not in your Merchant Center account, but in your AdWords account. So let me quickly go take you over how you can create this feed. So you log into your AdWords account now, all right, and then you go to the shared library section of the AdWords account. When you go to the shared library section here, you will see a business data section. Just click on the view button right below it and click on the plus data red button. And you will see an option here which says dynamic display ad feed. And here you will see all the categories apart from the ones, apart from retail actually. That's the only one that's not covered here. And if your business doesn't fit into any of these categories, you can also select custom. So let's just select education for the time being. Now you have to name this feed. And you browse to the file and upload it. Click on upload. It'll just take a couple of minutes to upload. And there you go. This is data feed has now been uploaded in the shared library section. So now that we've learned how to upload a data feed, let's move on to creating a dynamic remarketing campaign. The steps for creating a dynamic remarketing campaign will remain same for the retail business as well as the non-retail business. So you might want to pay attention to this step. Go to all online campaigns. Go to the campaigns tab. Click on the plus campaign red button here and select a display network only, which is the first category, which is the basic category actually for a remarketing campaign. And let's name it dynamic remarketing. Just select the campaign subtype to be remarketing here. You also want to check this box which says use dynamic ads because this is a dynamic remarketing campaign. Now here again, you'll get the option to select the business type. You can select retail here or you can select any one of the other categories. Let's just select education for the time being. And there you go. You get the option to add the feed here. So we just uploaded the business data feed. You just select that feed here. Enter a budget and click on the save option. Right. Now it will take you to the ad group creation. The ad group here is called ad group number 1. Enter a default bid amount here. And then you get the option to select the remarketing list. Now by default, it has already selected the 5 remarketing lists that we had created in this account. So let's just let that be. click on Save and Continue. Now you'll be left to the ad creation bit, but we will not do that here. We will create an ad quickly by going back to the campaign. So let's just skip this step for the time being. Skip ad creation. Okay. Awesome. So let's just go to the dynamic marketing campaign in the ad tool and click on the plus add red button to create the ad. Let's see how you can create an ad through an ad gallery. Manisha covered text ad and Val covered text ad and image, and let's select ad gallery just to show you how that can be done. Create the dynamic here. Let's just create an image ad for the time being. Right. Now, what we need to keep in mind here is that AdWords determines which items to include in your ads by looking for matches between the IDs of the items in your feed and the IDs associated with your site visitors who viewing the ads. If you choose image ads and let AdWords automatically pick from your preferred layouts, you could select to do that. And preferred layouts currently aren't available for the retail feed. We can only use this for a non-retail business category, just like we did. We have chosen education. Now the feed here has already been added, so we don't need to do that. Let's just keep it at do not include the logo for the time being. And you have to enter the details here, which I'm skipping just for saving some time. And yeah, let's go now and click on review and save. All right, some errors. Oh, I'm so sorry. We need to enter the display URL here. So let's just enter a text URL here, save. And that'll automatically populate here as well. Let's start reviewing thing now. All right, so here it will give you a preview of all the images that have been created. It's blank because we did not enter any of the any of the logos or the text. So let's just preview and save this for the time being. And that's it. You created your image ad and dynamic remarketing campaign. That was pretty simple.
Exactly. Thanks a lot, Nitba. That was pretty quick and simple way of showing us how to create dynamic remarketing ads. Now, for the next section, you will be needing your webmaster's help as it requires you to implement the dynamic remarketing tag. The dynamic remarketing tag will have custom parameters. What these custom parameters do will associate them with certain IDs of the products and services which the users have seen. So keep in mind that you need to add this dynamic remarketing tag on all pages of your website. You will find this tag again in the same section under the audiences, under the button view, which Nutaba and I have shown you guys before. All right, guys, so we hope that you will give remarketing a try, and we'll have another hangout next week, same time at same place, and make sure you come and have a quick look and understanding about remarketing. Thank you so much for coming and watching the video. Feel free to post your questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, guys. It was great being a part of this hangout. I hope you guys learned a lot today and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.